friends, it is Tuesday the 21st? Yes. Of January. I completely skipped out on filming or vlogging last week. Not sure why, that just happened. It was like Thursday and I thought about picking it up and forgot about it again. And I don't know. And then I decided on the weekend just to skip it and start on a new one this week. And it's Tuesday, so, but I don't always get around to updating anything on Mondays because I don't really read a whole lot on Mondays. But I wanted to talk about the things that I'm currently working on. And I started on Lakewood. I did that already last week. But I didn't finish it, because I read a romance alongside because I could feel that I needed that, having that alongside. But I'm currently working on 3 different books, so I'm gonna talk about them a bit now. I am 55% into Lakewood by, was it Miranda Giddings or something like that? I'm not super enjoying it. I thought I would like it more than I'm doing. It's a little bit, I don't really like the writing style or the way that she tells the story. But it is an interesting concept so far. So it says I'm about 149 pages into it, and it's 258? Something like that. But I want to try and see if I can finish it over the next coming days. But I also started in on The Ruins of Gorlan by John Flanagan. I read this before bed right now, and I just started it on Sunday evening. So I have only read up to, I'm about to start chapter 6, page 45, and it reads rather quickly. I have only been reading for like 45 minutes. 50 minutes probably. So yeah, I'm enjoying that one so far. I mean, it's very early on, but I like it so far. And on audio, I am listening to Somewhere Beyond the Sea by T.J. Klune, and I am I want to say 60%. I have 3 hours and 15 minutes left, and I've listened to 4 hours and 45 minutes. So, and it's totally 8 hours in my speed. So let's see, I am 475 divided by 8. Yeah, it's 59%, so I was correct in assuming I'm about 60% into it. So Somewhere Beyond the Sea is okay. I'm enjoying it somewhat. I'm not sure I like the narrator's voice super much, but I like it. I don't like it as much as I did with the first book in the series, but I am interested in figuring out what's going to happen. I don't think that people here are being treated very well. They weren't in the first book either, so I don't think there's anything new. But those are the things that I'm currently working on at the start of this week. So I also wanted to share with you some book mail, because I picked up this parcel at the post office right before I came home today. So let's see what's in it. Yay! I don't remember how many books I got. I think I'm about 3 or 4 books. So it's 3 books, and then I got a pre-order as well, but that's not going to be shipped until later because apparently it's not being yeah. So I got some sequels and yeah, actually they're all second in the series. First up, I got Son of the Shadows by Juliet Marília, the second book in the Seven Waters series. Loved the first one of my favorite books, if not the favorite book of 2024. So excited to have the sequel. I also got Dance to the Piper by Nora Roberts. This is the second book in the O'Hurley series that I started on in November, and really enjoyed the first one, so I wanted to have the second one. And since they're really cheap on awesomebooks.com because you buy them used, obviously super excited about that. The first one is called The Last Honest Woman, and I gave it 4.5 stars, so very excited for the next one. And finally, this is one I'm not sure I'm going to like the first one, because but I have the first one on my Kindle, and I bought Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is apparently the second book in that series, and so I am ready to read on. So I'm ready to read on in the series if I really enjoy it. I have a good feeling about them, at least. So this is chunkier than I thought it would be, but it's also a large text, so it's 400 and something pages, but the text is relatively large and wide spaced, so it's fine. And I love the Nora Roberts ones. That's really super large text. Yeah, but anyway, can't wait to read all these 3 books, so excited to get on with it. Yeah, so that was just my quick check-in. Now I'm gonna try and see if I can find out what I'm going to get for dinner, because it's 5:45 and I'm about to get hungry. And then I will check in again sometimes later when I have more to say about books. So yeah. Hello friends, it is now Friday. I wanted to check in with a reading update because for once I'm at home on a Friday. It doesn't happen often because I usually go visit my parents on Fridays, but today I decided, because I was at the sort of reception thing at my workplace and it ended at like 5:30. I decided 4:30? I was home at about 5, I think. So I decided to skip it this time because I just wanted to relax this evening and be home with my cat, because my cat has probably missed me. I haven't been home very much the last couple of days, and so because I'm a little bit behind, I want to try and dedicate a lot of time to reading this weekend. So that's why I wanted to check in, because I'm hoping that I can read. Maybe I want to try and see if I can log in 15 hours, maybe 20 over the weekend, so from now Friday until Sunday evening. So I might try and use a stopwatch from when I start reading. Right now I am cooking dinner. I am just having nachos because I've been eating quite a bit at the reception thing, so I wasn't super hungry, and I was also sort of feeling a little bit, I wanted some snacking stuff, so I decided sort of a combo with the nachos, because I have sort of protein stuff. There's like the chips thing, the cheese thing that makes it comfort food, so it's I feel like it's a good Friday dish. So it's about done, and I will eat that, and then I think I'm gonna try and see if I can't start reading right after that. My aim, first and foremost, is to finish Lakewood and Ruins of Golan this weekend. But if I can start and make a lot of progress on Thought of Deep Silence, I would be super happy, because I need to have that finished over next week, obviously, because we're nearing the end of the month, and I still haven't finished all of my books, and I haven't touched 12 Kings for long since I want to say a couple of weeks ago, because I decided to put it down so I could focus on the others, and then I'll pick up 12 Kings once I'm done with those and move on with it. So it's not that I'm putting it down indefinitely and it will become a new currently reading book. It's just that I wanted to feel accomplished this month and actually start with a couple of reads, and then I'll get back to 12 Kings once I'm done with that, and then I will finish that over February. So yeah, but I think my dinner is actually done now, so I will talk to you later. Hello friends, it is now 10 to 11 p.m. and I finished Lakewood. I finished that at, I think, 45 minutes ago. I took a break after finishing it. I gave it 3 stars. I didn't really like the structure of the book. I didn't really like the writing style, but the themes that were discussed in here were very important and gruesome sometimes. And so in that way I found them very relevant, and I gave it another star for that. Otherwise, had it been a different book, I might have given it 2 stars, but I gave it 3 stars because of those things, and it was a relatively fast read. So what The Lakewood is about, it follows this woman who is about to lose her grandmother when it's very important to say that she's a black woman, but she is about to lose her grandmother, and she's very sick, and they have a hard time getting the funds to support the grandmother with medical bills, and also her mother seems to have some sort of weird history with a mental disease of some kind, and so she also needs a lot of medical attention, and has to sort of not get that right medication so she can properly function in a day-to-day thing without forgetting a lot of things. And yeah, so she is offered a job at this place. No, not a job necessarily. She's offered to be part of the Lakewood project, and all she has to say is that she is taking a new job in Lakewood, the area, as a sort of what was it, she's a sort of pretty normal job thing. Anyway, so when she gets there, she's asked a bunch of questions in the interview part, and after going through 2 weeks of that testing and questionings and stuff, she's offered the position, and it sounds almost too good to be true, because the amount of money that she gets for being part of this project is completely insane, and it will cover all of the medical bills that is necessary and everything, and more than that in the future. But when they get around to the start of the project, things isn't really as it seems. So that is basically the plot of this one. And yeah, it turns out all of the people that are part of the project, the testes or whatever you call them, they are all non-white people. So it could be a black woman, it could be Hispanic, Indian, Asian, whatever. It's just not general white people. So she's the minute she's there, she notices this, and she's like, what is going on? Why are none of the people here that are being tested on, or like trying out this project, why are none of them white people? And yeah, as time goes on, it just goes gruesome and gruesome what she has to endure under this project, and she's unsure if she starts hallucinating and stuff. So it was rough reading it, but I just didn't really like the writing style and the structure, so that dragged the book down a bit. It might be for you, so if the plot sounds intriguing, I definitely suggest you pick it up and see for yourself. Otherwise, and then maybe it will be for you. It's a very fast read when it comes down to it. So yeah, but this was my update for now. I will probably try and read a little bit right now. If you're curious, I've been reading for 2 hours, more or less. I think I stopped the timer at 1 hour and 57 minutes. So yeah, that's definitely fine. If I can get another half hour in now, we'll see. I got really tired towards the end of the book, so I might also just go to bed and sleep and then start reading again tomorrow. We'll see. But yeah, this is my update for now. Talk to you later. Hello friends, it is now Saturday. I wanted to check in with an update. I haven't I've only been reading for like 20 minutes this morning, but I wanted to let you know that I'm halfway into The Ruins of Gorlan. So I might actually all be ready, even able to finish this today. I'm hoping that I can, and I will go and visit my parents this afternoon. I just spoke to them and told them I'll be there at like 2:30, and right now it's, hold on, it says charge the battery. Maybe I should do that while I sit here anyway. Yeah, so it's 10:30 right now, so I do have like 4 hours of reading. No, I have at least 3.5 hours of reading if I don't do anything else, but I'm also gonna have lunch at some point. And yeah, but I just started doing a laundry batch, and yeah, so, and I sort of started the dishwasher, so we'll see what I end up doing. Maybe I'll put on an audio at that time. I won't be starting the timer for my audiobooks, but I will see how far I listen to an audiobook and add that to the timer, if you will, so that I can still count it as reading time. But I don't think today is going to be the biggest day, but if I can get 2 hours in, I'll be happy. So that I'll be on maybe 2, so I'm on 4.5 hours before I leave today, and then I'll just have to read for 15 hours tomorrow. Good luck me. I could read in the evening when I get back, and I also, there's a possibility that I will read something at my parents' house, but I don't know how good I am at tracking things when I'm there, because it's very sporadic reading, so don't just sit down and read for like an hour, but I could be reading for like a bit. But then, yeah, anyway, this is my update for now. I don't know if I could talk to you a little bit about what this is about, because I'm actually really enjoying it at the moment. I understand the reasons for this being super popular when it came out, for middle graders and stuff. We follow this young boy called Will. He is orphan. I feel like Will, he's an orphan, and he's part of this group of people, kids, at this home where they're all don't really have any way. They have a little bit of a difficult time getting, and then every year, when people become a certain age, they can be selected for an apprenticeship in different ways. So there's a way for them to the people like them to get some help and be part of society, even though they don't have really good parental backgrounds and stuff. And our main character Will would really like to go to battle school, but is a very tiny person and not really seen as being able to work that way. So he comes in there and then is being chosen to become a ranger's apprentice, and he's really scared of the ranger that's his master, and doesn't really know if he wants to do this, but decides to try it out because he doesn't really have any other things to do. Otherwise he'll just go back into what he was doing before and not really get a life for himself. And then he finds out there's more to it than what meets the eye, and that they are sort of protecting the realm in the outskirts of town, sort of trying to seek out the enemies before they come to the city or whatever. So right now he is sort of in training by this man called, I don't know if he's a captain, but he's called Hold, Mr. Hold. And yeah, so far enjoying it, and yeah, we'll tell you what I'm thinking about it once I'm done with it. I said I'm halfway through it, and not a whole lot of exciting action stuff has been happening so far. It's been more of a look into Will when he's sort of learning he's a little bit of skills. He's learning how to ride this specific ranger's horse and stuff. And then we also follow a few chapters from this guy called Horace's perspective, who becomes chosen to become an apprentice at the battle school. So I don't know what that has to do with each other, but we'll see. Anyway, this is my update for now. I will check in once I'm done and let you know my thoughts about it. Hello friends, it is 11:30 in the evening and I wanted to check in with a reading update because I haven't checked in after I finished The Ranger's Apprentice or Ruins of Gorlan, the first book. I'm on 5 hours and 17 minutes that I've been reading this today and yesterday. I'm definitely not gonna hit 20 hours, but I also listened to 20 minutes on in my car. So that's what I've been reading. So 5 hours and 40 minutes. But I'm giving this one 4 stars because I've overall just really enjoyed it. It was a whole lot of fun. I told you a little bit about the plot before, so I don't think it's necessary to talk about it again. But it was a very, very fast read, and the last half was definitely more of them going out to be like rangers kind of things. Him learning about the stuff in the field, and that was definitely very interesting. I'm looking forward to reading on, so I definitely understand the hype that this one has in terms of popularity in the middle grade, young adult age group. I figure he is 13 or 14, just on the younger side of him. On the older side of a middle grader-ish. So, isn't he? I don't know. I have no idea. When you're middle grade. In Denmark we have one school. And you just go from class 1 to 10. So, actually they're considering scrapping 10th grade. But yeah, anyway. So I'm giving it 4 out of 5 stars. I am looking forward to reading on in the series, and nice to have this very fun, quick series in the mix. I'm happy to have the next one ready at my shelf, so I will be able to just get up. I have an issue because I'm super tired and I was on my way to bed, but then 1 second before I decided to get up, my cat laid down on my lap. You've seen her today already. She is, she likes sleeping on me. I am going to take this with me to bed. I actually hoped that I would be had started this at my parents' house, but I didn't read anything. We went out for a 8-kilometer walk, me and my sister, and then we ate dinner and we watched a handball match, and once that was done, we put on a movie and we watched the Fall Guy. That was weird. Not the best movie, but it was okay. I've seen better movies, but I've seen better movies with Ryan Gosling, and I've definitely seen better movies with Emily Blunt. But otherwise, it was okay. I was entertained well enough. But after that was done, I went back home, and now I've been sitting here for like half an hour, 45 minutes. But there's my update. I will check in again tomorrow, once I've started reading again. Hello friends, it is Sunday and it is 11:10 p.m. No, 10 past 11 in the pre-noon, so a.m. Not sure what I was thinking. I only read for like 35 minutes while I was waking up in the morning, and then I have just been sitting and watching YouTube videos since then, and I ate breakfast since 9-ish. But I made it to page 39, I think. 35. About to start chapter 5. And so far, what it's about, we're following a girl. She's called Frances, and she was on this cruise ship that was attacked by gunmen and explosions and stuff, and all of the people intended to be killed. But her and her friend Libby, they escape the ship somehow, and has been floating around on the sea for days and days, and not had anything, and suddenly they are rescued, but Libby, her friend, sadly has passed away at this point. She didn't make it, and when she comes so she's on this boat, she sees sort of news clippings of the fact that there's a survivor. She finds out that there's someone who's been lying. There's only 2 other survivors. The one was the senator and his son. And they say that the cause of this ship's wreckage was a big wave and there's nothing left. So they are definitely lying about what's going on. So she's trying to figure out what is going on with this. And the father of Libby is one of the rescuers. And when he finds out that there's something shifty, she tells him what the deal is. He wants sort of her finding out what's going on and wants revenge in a way, and wants justice for his wife, who was also on the ship, as well as the daughter. And so he tells her to sort of shift personas, so she will be Libby, because they actually looks pretty similar. And so she is going to be Libby for the next coming while, and in that way pretend to be his daughter, because he thought it would be too difficult to sort of adopt, and then there would be some more easier for them to find her or whatever. So yeah, and now it says 4 years later, so we'll see what's going on with this in the meantime, from this time, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on. So far it reads very fast, so I am looking forward to see what will happen. Once I have been reading for a bit here, I am going to do grocery shopping. I have to put on a batch of laundry. I have to fold some laundry as well. And I need to go for a walk. I don't have a long walk today, because yesterday I went for an 8.5 kilometer walk with my sister. So let's see how long I need to go in order to complete I'm on 47 kilometers out of 50, so I only have to go for a 3 kilometer walk today. So that will be half an hour's worth of walking, and on that time I will be listening to audio. But I hope that I can actually finish this book today. So it reads really fast, so there's a possibility. So if I can finish this, that would be great, because then I'll only have to think about 12 Kings over the next week. I know I also have the currently reading books, and we'll see what happens with them. But I've just really not been in the mood for them at all. And yeah. I also sort of forgot that I had to read Night of Darkness by Kinley McGregor with Shanna this month. I completely forgot about that. I feel a little bit bad about it, but I will talk to her, and hopefully we can schedule it in for February. I don't know. Anyway, this is my update. See you later. Bye. Hello friends. It is now 8 p.m. and I have been reading for 9 hours and 7 minutes, and plus whatever I've been listening to in audio form. Hold on. I'm on 2 hours and 24 minutes, and when I started this weekend, I was on 40 minutes. I had listened. So I must have listened to an hour and 40, right? Yeah, I think so. An hour and 40 minutes, more or less, or maybe an hour and 45 minutes. But I also made a lot of progress on Daughter of Deep Silence. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I sometimes forget how easy and how quickly you can read a YA or a middle grade book, like yesterday's book, but this one reads even faster than Ruins of Golan did. I'm on page 249 and it's 370, so I have 130 pages left, and it says that if I continue to read for like 2 hours I'll finish it. So I might do that. But right now I'm sort of taking a short break from reading, and I also need to still fold my laundry. I haven't done that yet. We'll see. Right now I think I'm gonna take a short break, since it's only, what was I said, 8 p.m. I could finish it tonight, so I should probably try and do that. But yeah, Also because I'm really enjoying it, and I want to know what the reason behind all of the lies and stuff, and how everything will end up. There's been a couple of rough patches along the way. Obviously, she's gone through a lot when she was surviving, but yeah, very much enjoying it and happy I am finally reading it. I don't know why I never got around to it, but and also I never unwrapped it while I was doing my TBR unwrapping, so maybe that was one of the reasons, because I think I would have prioritized it if I had unwrapped it. But yeah, I'll check in again later when I have finished my book, or at least when I've decided I'm going to bed for the evening. We will see what happens, but yeah, see ya. Hello friends. I finished the book like 20 minutes ago, so I wanted to check in. I just had to think about it for a while, mull it over, and it was I mean, when you read so many and so much of a book in so little time, you absorb it in a different way. You don't really have time to consider what you've been reading as much as if you have sort of longer breaks in between. But on the other hand, I'm also not kept waiting, guessing what will happen. But my issue, I think I was almost ready to give it 5 stars because I was so absorbed in the story. It was very convincing, the writing was great, the story was told really well, the plot was good. It would have probably been a little bit better had the characters been like, had it been like an adult novel, so following all the characters, so that the length of the novel wouldn't be yeah, so they didn't have to sort of cut the length of the story of some kind. It was very, very ended with the ending. I feel like some of the things that happened towards the end was good, but when it came down to it, I was very disappointed about how quickly she wrapped things up and how much I didn't really know what actually happened. I mean, where the character ended off, which is something that annoyed me a little bit. So I removed a star from that, which I'm very sad about because I was thinking it was going to be 5 stars because it was so good, but then nope. But I mean, it was a good and entertaining read, and if you haven't read it, it reminded me so much of hold on, I don't have more space on my memory. Yeah, back. I did, and in the meantime I also just changed into my night stuff and got my teeth brushed and stuff. So anyway, my thoughts. I'm so sad that it ended like it did, but it was very entertaining, a very fast read. And what I wanted to say is that I don't know if you watched it, but back in the beginning of Netflix days, I feel like it was around 2013, when I discovered it at least, there was this TV show called Revenge, and this book reminded me so much of that series. I'd never completed it, but I really enjoyed it while it lasted. You know, when something happens to someone you care about and you just have so red and you have nothing else in your focus than getting the revenge that they deserve. Yeah, whatever. It was intriguing. So if you like that kind of plot, I think you'll find enjoyment in them. But yeah, it would have benefited of being an adult novel, and it would have benefited of having like at least 20 pages more to sort of wrap up the whole thing, because I feel like there were a couple of things that was left completely uncertain, and when it came down to everything, yeah, it's difficult to say without spoiling it, so I'm just gonna keep it at that. But if you've read it, please, we could discuss it in a way. I would like to know your thoughts. Anyway, I wanted to let you know that I have finished. My total time read by the end was almost 11 hours, 10 hours and 57 minutes plus an hour and 40 minutes of audio, meaning 11 hours and 40 minutes. 12 hours and 40 minutes. Sorry. I'm really tired. 12 hours and 40 minutes. Which is definitely good. It like halfway to 25. Halfway to 24. A little over halfway to 24. Anyway, at one point in my life, soon, I think, I would like to try and see how much I could read in a 24-hour period. Like in a 24-hour where I was reading all the time. You know, not like that I would ever read for 24 hours straight. That will never happen. But just seeing how many pages can I actually read in 24 hours. I mean, obviously there's a difference between the different books, but this one I finished it in, I haven't actually updated the Bookly app. I've been using that again. Street Award #1. Anyway, I read this one in 5 hours and 32 minutes with an average speed of 67.8, so almost 68 pages an hour. And if I read those kind of books, obviously it will be a lot, but then I have some fantasy books and literary, more denser fiction where I read like 35 to 40 pages an hour. So obviously it differs between what type of books I pick up. But if I could make sure to pick up a variety of genres and type of books, then it would be interesting to see how many pages and how many books that will make me finish if I read for 24 hours in a 24-hour stretch. I've seen other booktubers do a similar thing, so maybe I will just do that at one point. Instead of doing a weekly vlog, I'll try and see how many days it takes me to finish 24 hours worth of reading and how many pages that entails. So yeah, but I'm happy about this. This will be my final update for the week. I'm blurry right now, so I am going to go to sleep now because I'm already way over my sleep time. So yeah, and my head is filled with thoughts about this book, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to sleep right this minute. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I will, but I need to get my mind on something else. So yeah, anyway, see you in another video soon. Goodbye.